You want to take this one?
No.
No? Okay. We're going to recap day number 6. So we woke up, got our bags packed, and then we made the trip from Mount Rainier over to Portland. And the drive was pretty good. I thought it was pretty smooth sailing for the most part there. The only time that we've hit traffic so far, really, was
Portland.
Vancouver, Washington.
Oh.
Outside
On our
of
way
Portland.
to Portland.
Yeah. It was Vancouver, Washington. What is that? I-5 was just backed up forever. And so we kept getting off of it to do some stuff throughout the day that we'll talk about. But even when we got back on it to get away, it was backed up. So just for hours and hours, bad traffic there.
We've hit our first real traffic issue on the entire trip here in Portland. But it's okay. We're going to get through this. Caitlin is going to try and make a Lagree Class. And then Jared gets to see his first NBA stadium on this tour at the Moda Center where the Trailblazers play. Ray is up front steering this ship. Linda is the navigator, also known as co-pilot, also known as Google Maps is the navigator.
Because I'm so good at that.
Kids are back on the iPads at the moment. Caitlin's figuring out classes.
Once we got into Portland, Caitlin was able to get a class under her belt at your favorite type of exercise.
Went and took a Lagree class at Chromacore, which was super fun because they have the Evo 2, which is Sebastian Lagree's newest, I think, maybe? Anyway, I think it's his newest torture device machine. It was super cool. The springs are controlled.
It's a megaformer?
It's a megaformer, but it's called the Evo 2. Okay. It's got a bunch of different names. But the springs that you would usually add yourself, the instructor does. He has got a remote. And so he changes the springs so that the transitions from one move to the next are seamless.
Changing the springs changes the resistance on exercise.
Yep. So rather than us having to mess around with the spring changes, he would do that on his remote and we would just get into the next move.
Because you teach this.
I do.
And you have to go around and help people change their springs, which I'm assuming waste time.
Yeah. Well, if the clients know how to change their springs, then they do it themselves. But it takes 5 more seconds than it does with the remote when you don't have to do that. So 5 seconds every exercise, that's no longer wasted.
And you were explaining how you, as the person on the machine, could decide whether or not to use the resistance.
So like if you have the carriage out, it doesn't change. So he would add a spring. And he's like, if you want an extra spring, bump the carriage closed, and then it would add. It's like, if you don't, then just keep on going. So he gave you options, but you could choose whether or not you wanted to accept that spring. It's like accepting a rose. Like, will you accept this rose? And we're like, no or yes. So.
And it was very vibrant in there. I haven't been in your other class, but there are a lot of lights and stuff.
Yeah, this one has like a whole light show. The lights that there's lights underneath the Evo 2 that are shining out, and then there's lights on the back of them.
And it looked like there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was a pretty full class.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
While you were at this class, me and the kids and Ray and Linda went to Burgerville.
Sounds as good as it is.
That's why you look how you look and I look how I look, because I'm eating burgers while you are taking fitness classes. Burgerville, for those at home, I thought it was a lot like Arctic Circle in terms of the quality and the feeling that you get after eating there. But we needed some food and it was great. Then we picked you up from that class and Jared got to check off his first NBA stadium at the Moda Center with the Trailblazers. Now, we got there at around 10 o'clock, I want to say.
Yeah.
So actually, this was before your class.
Yeah,
so we went here before your class and walked around the center, and the visitor center wasn't open until 11 o'clock. So we had kind of an hour to kill. So the kids were running around. Jared was recording videos. They were sliding down the little railings on the steps. Again, we didn't really get in. They have a shop where you can buy Trailblazers memorabilia. So Jared got a pin, and that's when we dropped you off to your class. We went and ate. And then downtown Portland, I don't mean to offend anybody, but downtown Portland wasn't my favorite place in the world. I don't know that I even felt necessarily safe there. I just wanted to keep an eye on the van wherever we went. And then So we got out of there, and we have some very, very close friends that have been good friends of ours for a long time. We haven't seen them in 5 years, and we were able to connect with them, and they live outside of Portland in Sherwood. We went and visited them, and the kids, so Noelle was 6 the last time she saw them. She absolutely loves them. Jared was 4. And then Claire was a newborn, so Claire didn't really know them. But for them to see Noelle and Noelle to see them after 5 years was really, really cute, really, really fun. Then the drive from Portland to Bend was pretty long. It got very scenic towards the end as you get closer to Bend. You're in kind of a forest. There are a lot of lakes and rivers and dams that you're going through, so it's very pretty on the way into Bend. We got to the last chapter of Harry Potter, so we are almost
Very
done
excited.
with Harry Potter. We arrived in Bend. We found the place that we are staying. We kind of settled in, and then your sister and her family live here, so we jetted over to your sister's house. You have another sister visiting with all of her kids, so there are a lot of kids here.
12?
12 kids, plus parents, plus a dog. It's kind of a chaotic mess there. Not in like a negative sense, just there's a lot going on.
It's noisy.
And then I had somebody who reached out through my Medicare channel, and I went and visited him while you all played games and kind of ate dinner. He was an F-16 fighter pilot for the Danish Air Force. So that was a super awesome conversation. Really cool meeting him and getting a chance to talk to him. Then we got back, came home, slept.
Kids had fun jumping on the tramp.
Got a ball stuck in the tree,
Got a
and then
ball
I got
stuck
the
in the
ball
tree, and then
unstuck in the tree, but
a different one stuck in the tree.
different one stuck in the
and
tree.
then a different ball over the fence.
Over the neighbor's fence. It's kind of like the lady who swallowed a spider to catch the fly. It kept throwing up balls to get other balls out that got stuck. Okay, well that was day 6.